As previously in the previous video, we happened to look at Illustrator, how we would do it in Illustrator, and now we are trying to see how we would do it in Photoshop. So from there, what we do, we come and click on the same thing. You click on create new, a window pops up. Remember, we are designing something that is for screen. We want again to keep it light, so it means we change this resolution to basically 2. And for those of you who haven't seen my lecture on how, like my videos on how to like design, okay, basics, what you need to know before you start up your design. So I like created a video showing you how to design from scratch. Okay, so I have so far a number of videos that show and try to explain all of this. Okay, so what you have to do is to change this to a 72 as resolution because we are designing for screen, then keep it RGB, we are designing for screen. Then when it comes to this, remember we already have dimensions or proportions or units that were already given to us, okay, that YouTube gave us that we should use. Okay, so that is a 25 and a 60 for our we already did that for Illustrator, so we want to do it in Photoshop 2560 like that. Then that is a 25 and a 60 like that. Then when it comes to height, we change this. Okay, we are going to be changing this to 14 and 40. Okay, so we come here, that is a 1440 pixels. These are the units. We come here, that is a 1440 pixels. Then we leave the resolution as 72 because we are designing for screen. Then RGB, we are designing for screen. Then we click OK. Okay, so the moment we click that to create, that is basically formed. Then before, when we are using Photoshop, this applies to all, and at times with these latest versions you may leave this padlock on. Now for those using CS6 and below, you have to double tap that padlock. Let me click Ctrl Z and it comes back. Now for these latest versions, like I'm using 2019, that is 2020 Photoshop, so you don't have to double click, you just click it on single one time, or you can go to that padlock. The moment you point in it, the pointing tool changes to a palm pointing on it. So you drag it, you click and hold and drag it and throw it in a dustbin, so it is off. Now you can make any sort of designs that you would want here. So we are going to be using Photoshop and Illustrator from scratch to a professional basis. Okay, so now after having done that, the next thing that we would look at doing is, let us come here, let us go here and look for recent stuff and see. Let me see, have a look at this and see if it is opening up. Okay, as it is opening up, let us go to Illustrator because we need a photo without scratch disks are full. So we need a photo that has no background. Okay, so remember what I showed you to like make everything shorter. You go, if at all you are connected to internet, you just go to your internet and type in background remover. Okay, background remover like that. Okay, so now when you type in your background remover, you can use any of these free tools, AI tools. Okay, they're a little bit simpler to use. I like already showed you in some of my previous videos, but I believe there is someone new here who is not like aware of any of these. Okay, so I would love to like maybe give that person a chance to also learn. So what you do, you come and click on upload image. The moment I just like searched, okay, let me go back. So here I just typed in into my Google Chrome or Google, you type in background remover, then these websites show up. So you can click on any of these websites, okay, just openly as it is. So you now click on upload photo. So the moment I click that, the photo is open. So I go to my disks and like try to find one with where my photos are basically located. I have no photos there. Let me see. Here, yes, here. So basically they are located on I and D. So I go back to my browser. Then if one is responding, I don't want to waste any time here. Some take long to respond. Okay, so before any response, if you're in a hurry, just go to another one, because I opened more than one. So I'm like, I've not been like sponsored by any of these people, these background removers I'm using, please. So endeavor to see, I'm just a professional graphics designer, or a graphics designer who is aiming at hoping you people happen to learn how to overcome some stuff and maybe ease your work. So from there, what we do is we come and go to our eye and go here. So I have a number of pictures, my photos here. So I would go for and with these AIs, let me show you something. Some photos are not like perfectly, because within this AI tool you cannot choose which one, what is to be removed and what should remain. Okay, so let me show you. You are going to see it may just happen to cut only the human being and the stool is basically left out. So it depends on what you want basically and the pictures that you have. So there is where you have to go manual. I'll be showing you how to go manual, and like in Photoshop you cut off that background and now you can use that photo both in Photoshop and Illustrator. Okay, so let us try to wait and see. Most of the times the response of your computer matters. Okay, so as it is removing off the background, okay, so as it is removing the background, let us also use this other one. So I'm just trying to use different images. Okay, so now from these different images we can come up with finally one that we can use totally. So if we get any of these, let me try to see. So as it is opening, we wait to see. We wait to see. So let me see. I'm going to be using this one. So it is 6824. 6824, 68. So that one. So I open that one. So I leave it to remove the background, and as it is working on it, let me go to this one. So none of them has so far completed. Now as we wait for them to like cut off the background, let us do it manually in our Photoshop. So we can also do that in our Photoshop. Okay, so if I come here, then come here and go where my picture is, there are different ways of importing a picture into Photoshop. Now to keep it a little bit more like easy, so I'm just going to like select this image and just drag it. The moment I drag it like this, are you seeing that? So I drag it and I point on the software, then I move it inside the space of the software. Are you seeing that? So I can do that, okay? But when I cut off this background here, it will disturb me as a new person who is maybe seeing Photoshop for the first time. So after importing something with those X's, you click that tick up. So let me delete this. Here it will disturb me. Now what I do is I come here, then right click on it, then I click on open with, because remember I'm going to first cut off the background or put off the background, then I use this same photo into my design. So the moment I do that, I come and click on open with Photoshop. Okay, so the moment I click on that, it is open but in a new what? In a new window. So I click this. So I'm going to like just use a pen tool to cut off this a little bit easier, or you can use the quick selection tool. So there are some situations where this quick selection tool works, and there are some situations whereby it can play you and it refuses to work. So if I come here, I use the quick selection tool and just go on doing this. So I click and drag and try to move it around like that. So with a well lighted photo, it is simpler. So I do that. So are you seeing that? Then I can click a Ctrl plus to move it a little bit closer and see, am I leaving out anything? So my photo was well lighted, but there are some situations where you've happened to find maybe this went off up to there. So you click an alt, then this arrow. If you are seeing this, are you seeing? Look at this pointer I'm using. As you see it here, I'm just rolling it for you to see it. So the moment I click here to bring it closer, it like when I click a plus sign, it is like going to like affect it just like that. Now if I go just inside, after it inside, then I click alt, so the sign changes from a round circle, a circle, inside it it has a plus sign. So when I click alt, it changes to a negative sign. So then I move it. Are you seeing? So I'm trying, okay, I'm trying my level best. Now it means that my scratch disks are basically full, so I have to go and first look for a way of deleting. So I come to edit and go to preferences. Then from there I go to here transparency, scratch disks. So I click the scratch disks. I have to first clear off or change where I'm saving. So I change it to this, then I remove it from this. So let me hope there I have some space. Now I click my alt. Are you seeing that? So I use alt to eliminate all of these. Okay, till like I see. So it is rather better you click a Ctrl plus to make it come near you. Then you make sure that this circle was well balanced. Now to like make this circle a little bit bigger, this circle we are using, as you see it, a circle, and inside it there is a plus sign. If we want to make it bigger, we just click here and extend it a little bit. Are you seeing? Let me make it a little bit more. Are you seeing that? Okay, then harder if at all we don't want it to like mess around and some stuff. So let us learn one thing at a go. So right now what we want is either it has to be totally fully harder, then from there we have to like scale this depending on what we want. So the moment it is bigger and we just click, are you seeing that? So it like affects everything and a wider area. But let me give you an example. We want to like do it here. So never mind, it is me in the picture. So you people endeavor to say that you subscribe, and that would be of a higher advantage. Okay, so that would be of a higher advantage for me, and I'll be grateful for like giving me that opportunity to like grow, because with your subscription I can grow and even attract more people to subscribe and become part of this channel. Endeavor to say that you subscribe, help me share with different people to help me grow. That gives me a lot of courage to like share a lot of content with you. So from there, what we do, we have to reduce this. Okay, we have to reduce this to become smaller so that we can extend this lining, our quick selection lining, to like become, are you seeing? So if I make it that, then I click alt, are you seeing? So like the pushing is just too little, okay, than when it was big. So maybe I'm contented with that. I click a Ctrl 0. Yes. So are you seeing now? So that is why we left this part, because our photo was going to be in the middle, and the moment we would, let me show you. So the moment maybe we would use the quick selection tool, I just clicked because we had dropped this shape or this image already here, so I just clicked Ctrl Z to undo. Or you can come here, redo, or undo, redo, undo, delete layer. So because I had deleted a layer, so if I have that, then maybe I do that. Are you seeing that? Maybe like that, and it is done. So the moment I click delete, okay, are you seeing? So it will give me a lot of what? Complications now. Could not complete your request because the smart object is not directly editable. Okay, so I like ignore this, then all of that stuff is too much. So I come back this side. After doing this, now I'm going to come and click delete. As simple as that. The background has been what? Deleted. Okay, then from there I come and just select that, because with the quick selection tool it selects stuff that is Ctrl Z. If you are seeing this, are you seeing here? So we Ctrl Z to go back. Let us see what may have caused that. Okay, why am I having this? Are you seeing? So we happen to leave some quick selection linings here. That is why I was having something like that after removing my background. So I Ctrl Z and make sure that I like go back here, increase this, okay, and make sure that everything here with my alt clicked, I pass there the tool to like make sure that everything has been deleted, okay, because I used it to like show you as I was trying to explain, as you see. So now I believe everything is good now. So after that, what we have to do is we now can press what? Delete. So Ctrl D to deselect. Are you seeing now? If we bring it closer, I believe everything now is okay. So this is the image we are going to be maybe crossing over to the other softwares after removing the background, because we cannot do background removal in Illustrator. Why? Because Illustrator is a vector program, not a pixel, not a raster program, not image program, but it is, yes, it can handle pictures, but it isn't a raster program, meaning it cannot go into detail of what? Of a picture. So you cannot use Illustrator to brush your picture, to brush maybe your picture, to like, that is it. Okay, so we keep it at that. It is not it is not a raster based program. So besides that, now we come here and do the same. So why is it easy for we to like use the quicker selection tool? Because the lighting of our picture was well what? Balanced. Now let me show you this situation like that. So if we try to decrease this, are you seeing that? So we are going to be experiencing something where it is not smoothly cut. There we have to use the pen tool. So we click delete and remove that, then Ctrl D to deselect. Now we click plus and come exactly where we failed to cut properly. So we get our pen tool. So you can use this pen tool to like do the whole cutting than using a quick selection tool. And most of the times when your image is poorly lighted as you were taking it, that means that your quick selection tool won't be able to like do anything automatically. So if we use the pen tool, we just come and start maybe from there, then we click here, click, hold and drag, then we create a curve. So we have now to eliminate this other lining because that is not what we want. So we click alt and click on it, then come here, make another what? Are you seeing that? So like that, okay. Make sure that they're a little bit curvy because there is no any trouser that would have something twist to it. So I make sure that I cut off everything that happens to be bluish and may not make my design come out well. So like that. Okay, but before you do this cutting, you have to make sure that here up, the moment you select the pen tool, you have to make sure that here up it is under path, because if at all it is not under path, then you'll create a shape, okay, not a cutting. And you also have to make sure that what you want to cut is selected. Maybe we want to cut as we want to cut here, but here where we want to cut is inside of a photo. So we make sure that our photo is selected. Then from there we come, okay, so from there we come and click on selection. Okay, now we leave the feather radius. So if we don't leave the feather radius, it will be totally sharp as if it was cut with a razor blade. So we maybe give it a 1. Okay, then we click OK. Okay, then after that we click delete. Are you seeing? As you see, it was clearly what? Cut. Nothing was cut off. Then we move it to this side and come here, then lift this up. Then we first get the quick selection tool and see, is it helping? Yes, at a certain extent it has helped, so we click that and delete that. But now here it cannot do what? Help. Okay, so I click a control, then I click a control plus. Okay, then from that control plus, then we now we want to remove this remaining here. So first of all, make sure that your image is selected, because if you don't select your image, you may end up selecting something else. Then from there, we also come and get the pen tool. Pen tool, where are you? Pen tool, where are you? Pen tool, where are you? Here. So we get it and make sure that we scale with the control plus. Then we get this arm, like pull something without distorting it. Okay, so we go back to the pen tool. So I'm going to be starting from here to there. There. Okay, then you do a curve. Then from there, after doing our curve, we have to make sure, as you see here, not pixels, not shape, but we are in path. As we like do that, after doing that, we click selection and click OK. Then we delete it. Okay, so it was a little bit far. Okay, so like that. So our photo is basically okay. Now we've removed the background and we are ready to go. But we would want to remove some of the mistakes, like this logo, because we would not want to have a logo maybe on our t-shirt. We would want it to be plain black. Okay, so endeavor to see that you subscribe to the MUCIAN Scripts Lifestyle channel so that you do not miss out on any video that we happen to put across. So subscribe, share, comment, and share with fellow colleagues. I'll be grateful, I'll be thankful. So thank you.